Hey guys, welcome back to Theme Park Workshop. This is episode number 54. My name is Bella, and here I am joined with Adam.
Hello, it's me, it's Adam, and we're living under the sea.
Under the sea.
Almost did with that hurricane, but
No, real. And today we're going to talk about some of the Halloween offerings that we both did. I know Adam went to the Bureau and
Mhm.
did some of their Halloween offerings, and then I believe we both went to Howl-O-Scream Orlando. So we're
Indeed.
going to talk a little briefly about that. But first things first, this episode, as usual, is brought to you by our patrons. We have Landon Kanoki, Jonathan Edouard, Jordan Buster, Greg Harvey, Joshua Gonzalez and Rachel Sprague, and Dwayne and Teresa Diker. Thank you guys for being patrons. And if you want to become a patron, you can join our Patreon over at patreon.com/theme park workshop to support the show, get bonus episodes, updates, all different fun, cool things like that. I know we do a lot of little games over there.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's a great place to be.
I agree. I
Well,
agree because I run it over there. But yes.
yeah, that is Adam's domain.
It is one of the strangest tales ever told. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you.
Welcome to the Dark Fantastic!
I'm not a monster, Jake.
I'll show you who I am and what I am.
Yeah, you love this one. It's a scream, baby.
It's showtime.
I am your mother.
Time to float.
I feel like she's not a mistake at all. Like she's better for being different.
Gender fluid. No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for.
Hey, Michael!
What's your favorite scary movie?
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Adam, do you want to talk a little bit about the Bureau and everything you did over there? Because I'm intrigued.
Yes, I would love to. For those of you who don't know, the Bureau is an escape game place, an establishment for the escape games over on iDrive, very close to Universal actually. And what's cool about the Bureau, it's I think I've done two escape areas, three. I did three. I've done the Universal Great Movie Escape, Back to the Future. I've done a couple of things here at the Bureau, and I did one over at Doldricks. But what I love about the Bureau and why we've talked about it on the bonus episodes before is because I love the theming. They theme it to like a multiverse kind of thing, and you're an operative in this Agent Carter, X-Files, Bioshock style setting. Each escape room is themed to a different thing, like mad scientists or Loch Ness monsters, or in this case, a haunted, abandoned elementary school, which
Oh,
is
Abbott
possession.
Elementary?
Yeah, no, it's actually
I'm
possession
kidding.
at Haddon Heights.
Okay.
It's a smaller, one of the more intimate rooms because it's a spooky. And so tying in with the whole like multiverse, you're doing an operative thing. They say that it's black mold, but and what your director has told you is that it's actually an evil entity. And so what you have to do in this escape room is discover what the entity is, what the backstory is, and solve these different puzzles and different clues. I did it with two scaredy cats. They're the ones who introduced me to the Bureau. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Brooke. Love you. Um, but I think I did this about a year ago. And when we did it, they wanted to try it out, but they wanted a horror person to join them in it who could take the brunt of the jump scares. And there are a few jump scares, but there's no one actually like in there with you. There's no characters. But it's dark. You have a flashlight. So it's definitely it's spooky and it's fun. If you like what we like, which are these story-filled themed experiences, Universal, Disney, what have you, SeaWorld. You'll love the Bureau because there's a very detailed backstory, and there's a plot that you're moving through and everything while trying to get all the puzzles done within the hour. There's smart puzzles, they're tricky puzzles, but it can be done. So I would recommend that to you. And the reason I'm saying I am recommending that to you and not try it again next year is because this is something you can do all year. Of course, now we're in the spooky season. We're getting out of the spooky season. So that's why we're talking about it now. But you can do that all year. So if you need your little horror fix in the middle of the year, I would highly suggest going over to the Bureau Adventure Games over in iDrive and trying Possession at Haddon Heights. They also did, the second thing was a new thing they did this year. They introduced a thing called the Underground Game Show, which we talked about in our bonus episodes. They introduced a Halloween version of it, which ties into the mythology of Haddon Heights ever so slightly. But still a game show. You're still doing trivia. You're doing different activities. Like, it depends. So, like, I might say something and then you do it, and then they don't do that. But, I mean, we did things like throwing, like ring toss and drawing, but you're blindfolded and everyone else has to guess what you're doing, and all of that. It's fun. And they themed it to spooky categories this time. Unfortunately, when Halloween hits, which is 2 days from this recording, so well after this goes out, they won't do that again, but it does give me hope for future seasonal versions of the Underground Game Show, because not only has the game improved since I did a beta run, I feel like it was in April or something like that. I can already tell the improvement doing it 3 times now. Even the beta of the seasonal version improved, so I'm excited to see if they do decide to do more seasonal versions to do that. But of course, you can always do the regular version year-round, unless they're doing a little special thing. Like, they worked with Quiet Place this year, so that shows just how popular this particular offering is. They didn't do I just remember they didn't do Quiet Place for Possession or Quiet Place for the game show. They actually have another room called UFO Go for Launch, which I haven't done, but I hear it's the best one. But they very briefly themed it to Quiet Place earlier this year. So
wait, that's so fun.
Yeah. So highly suggest trying out the Underground Game Show and Possession at Haddon Heights. Possession, if you want spooky season still to go on. But I'm bringing up Game Show Halloween. Want to recommend the game show, but for future seasonal installments, it's going to be well worth it. I'll have some information in the bio. The bio? Not on YouTube. In the description, in the show notes, if you're listening on a podcast app, because you're not listening to this on Instagram. The Possession at Haddon Heights starts at $42, and the Underground Game Show starts at $38. Definitely reserve ahead of time, and especially for the game show, because they're selling out a lot of nights. So definitely, yeah, it's very popular.
That's
we were talking
awesome.
to one of the guys who writes some of the stuff, and he was very pleased with the success of this, and of course, knowing him, pleased for him and his team and all of that. But yeah,
that's awesome. I want to go. I think we all should go.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to take you and Kelly over to this. We'll have to do one of the great ones. Puppet Heist, I've heard, is one of the best, and UFO.
Puppet Heist.
Yeah, they've got puppets.
I want to do that one.
Yeah, and then UFO is also supposed to be like up there with it. Yeah, I don't know if there's actually puppets within the thing doing the thing, or they've got animatronics or stuff, because they got some loose animatronics in one of their more game-based offerings called Robot Rebellion, which is wild. Not even the topic today, but like they got with their resources, they scrapped together some good resources. So I don't know if there's actual like puppets doing stuff in there, just puppets in a video. Nevertheless, it is puppet themed, and they've got puppet performances on video at least.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do the Bureau gang. Let us know what you think. Tweet at us. Comment below. Let us know.
Holler at us. Slide into the DMs to tell us, but don't be nice.
Don't be nice?
Or no, don't, period. Be nice. Separate sentence.
Yeah. Always watching.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Great Halloween movie. It's got monsters.
And ink. Incorporated.
Boy, inks gets me every time.
Corporations.
Capitalism.
So, Howl-O-Scream Orlando has returned for a 4th year. I had to think about it. I had to go through the sirens in my head. There she is. There's Miss Hex. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. So we're back for our 4th year. The calls fade, which is a little nerve-wracking to me because where are my beloved sirens going? Where are they going? SeaWorld? Don't take away my sirens. Don't do it. So yeah. But this year we're back. We have 5 houses. How many scare zones?
7.
7? Yeah, I guess 7.
Yeah.
2 shows, lots of really great food, interactive bars, different things like that. My favorite shows returning, Monster Stomp and my beloved Siren Song. Siren Song, I love you forever. That's my photography Olympics right there.
Spoiler alert, it might be one of your top 10 attractions of all time.
What? Really?
Doing a plug. Doing a plug. Oh, what's
If
that,
you wanna
YouTube? Is that
hear-
an eye with a link to another episode?
What?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember which side I'm on. So,
If you
just look up.
If you want to find out where Siren Song ranks on my top 10 of all time, guess you gotta go listen. But let's go through the houses first.
Yes.
First off, we have Farm 51. I've seen videos of this house and it looked really fun. I know that there's a chainsaw in there, so I didn't do it. But brief little description on that one. You stumble on an abandoned farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. The air is thick with dread, and the silence is broken only by the eerie rustling of the cornfields. Suddenly, you realize you're not alone. The chilling whispers of extraterrestrial visitors echo in the darkness. They've crash landed, and they're not friendly.
They weren't.
They weren't. I heard really good things about this house. Did you do this one?
I did. Yeah, the only one I didn't get to do was Atlantis, because I went on a day just before we got to meet Milton. And because of that, most of the event was rained out, and Atlantis being an exterior house pretty much all the way through, that was flooded. They said it's not coming back, not tonight. And all the scare zones were rained out as well because water. But Mako still survived.
Well, it's a shark. Sharks love the water.
That explains everything. But no, I did get to do Farm 51. This replaced the greenhouse house from last 3 seasons.
The Bayou one. I can't remember the name of it. Dead Vines.
Dead Vines, that's what it is, yeah. And Dead Vines wasn't bad. It just did nothing for me. But Farm 51 I had a lot of fun with. It was spooky. There were scarecrows, there was corn.
That's why it rained.
That's where I got 2 hurricanes. Fireplace and Farm 51. The aliens were creepy. There was some bungee scares. I had a lot of fun with this, and it had one of my favorite fake out endings. You saw the last room, and I didn't realize it was the last room because it was paced so well. And you got this guy going like, "Have you seen my paw? Have you seen my paw?" And you this light flashes from the sky, and you see this mannequin just suspended in the air, and it's paw. And then the guy's like, paw, is that you? Or something like that. YouTube will prove me wrong probably with the dialogue. And then you follow the path, you turn right, and there's just a door there. I'm like, a door? I have to push something, and then I push it, and of course I'm looking up because I've already been looking up at the UFO thing happening over there. If I look up and all I see are these hexagonal shapes, I'm like, oh my gosh, are we in the mothership? No, we're in the bar.
In the bar. Oh yeah, because this leads out into the space bar.
Yeah.
Period.
It made me laugh really hard because I'm like, okay, that was really smart. The
mothership?
The mothership. Oh my gosh, SeaWorld had this budget. But I think that it was a very creative ending. And it was a really, really well done house. I was surprised because I don't know if I said it on the podcast. I think I might have like tempered it and said it's a different flavor. I was
Mm.
using a lot of flavor talk last year, which I think is still valid. Um, but in retrospect, I really didn't care for last year's event, especially on the house front. This
Hmm.
year, I'm like, oh, this is like a marked improvement from last year.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. And I really loved the one house I did. We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun in that house. As we can all tell by my scare cam video that you can go watch on my Instagram at Flynn Rogers Knows. It is the greatest video of me to ever exist. It's so great. I'm so glad that they did that for us for the media event.
Yeah.
But one of our returning houses this year was Delirium 666. And I'm sure people on the internet saw clips of this house with our favorite viral queen. I love that video, and I feel so bad for the amount of hate she got from the millions of people that watched it, literally, on both TikTok and Twitter. It was so crazy seeing that everywhere, but I loved her. She was a queen, and she slayed. But Delirium, basically kind of the same thing as last year. You're invited inside the headquarters of a unique mercenary group established by the government to counter the threat posed by the sirens and other dangerous sea creatures. While these creatures are typically unseen in human-occupied territories, recent attacks on humans at the surface necessitate, I don't know, a swift resolution. We've always allowed the public to tour the recently expanded facility to gain support and understanding for the cause, but you will not be alone in your journey. That's crazy. I've always heard really good things about this house. Even last year when it was first at the event, everyone was saying it was like the best one. So I'm kind of sad I didn't get to do it. But I had other priorities at Howl-O-Scream
For sure.
that we will get into.
Yeah, this was like, I think it was my number 2 house last season because last year was a strong start and then it just kind of ended. I'm like, oh, but you had so much juice. You had It's almost like there's so much setup, leading up to it because you have to go down the elevator. So there's a show moment to start out. And then it was like 30 seconds of house. They did extend it. They've worked out a lot of the kinks this year. So the queuing is less intolerable because you go straight from Ultimate Gamble into this. You can choose to leave, which is probably what you end up doing, or Delirium open at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't open.
Yeah. But ideally you would have already waited all house waits because it would be a back-to-back house. And so the whole elevator sequence, it didn't feel like you're waiting 5 minutes between pulses. Because you didn't. You did a house. And the elevator scene was still cool. The actual like monsters and stuff, they're like dissecting mermaids, and there's other not creepy crawlies because that's implying bugs. But there's like slimy creatures afoot. There's that the circle tunnel from Wonderworks and the Beetlejuice house at HHN. And then they have that scene at the end. The finale isn't anything to write home about, but I'm not thinking of it as a new finale. I'm thinking of it as extra time. And I think having that extra time helps pace it to not be like, it just started. Why is it over? It's like, oh, it's one last room. Cool. So it improved on itself from in that respect. So yeah,
I'm so glad.
It's a recommendation for me if you ever go.
I did want to do it, but it was not open when I went through our next house, Ultimate Gamble. I had so much fun in this house. It's basically Ultimate Gamble, where the stakes are life and death, and every step could be your last. This house offers a chilling blend of high-stakes thrills and ghastly terror. Will you beat the odds and escape with your life, or will you become just another ghostly patron? If you want to be a patron.
Patreon.com/Theme Park Workshop.
Or will you just be trapped in the casino's eternal game? Face your fears and place your bets at the Ultimate Gamble, where the house always wins. I loved this house. I have not had a good track record with Howl-O-Scream Orlando houses. I've usually had very bad run-ins with scare actors in houses, so I just didn't do them for a little bit. But this one, we get to the media event and we're given slips for a time to go do the house with the scare cam. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going in first in a house. But I'm like, but also I want a camera strapped to me. I've always wanted a scare cam video. And so like I went back and forth on it. I ended up doing it, and I went first in a house that I had never done at SeaWorld, which was big. It was a big deal for Bella. It was huge. And I loved it. Like I genuinely got scared. Maybe it was because I could not see from the 3 lights that were in my face, or a very heavy rig that was strapped to my chest that made it really hard to walk. But I got scared real good. And I'm really sad that I didn't get to do the squishy room that like everyone was talking about. I didn't even know that was an option until like 2 hours after the event. But I probably couldn't have gone in there with the rig on anyway. But I wanted to do that just once, but I also feel like it would have been a sensory nightmare for me. But like it's basically what, like 2 big airbag things and they're moving and
They're airbags basically with a lot of give. So I didn't feel claustrophobic in it. Claustrophobia is not one of my things until it is one of my things.
Yeah.
But I didn't really feel that in there. Is also putting my arm out, like straight in front of me, even like, higher up. So like I wasn't getting squished at all, keeping up very close to the party ahead of me. So I didn't feel a lot of sensory overload, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't be for you, for anyone else.
Yeah. Everyone that I know that did it said it was kind of fun. And like I haven't really seen a house do that. I mean, I guess I didn't know of one, but I think that's pretty cool. But the next one, I heard so many good things about this house.
Actually, I want to say one more thing about
Oh yeah, go for it.
I don't usually think of SeaWorld and stories a whole lot. The rides, when they're at their best, they just put you in the mindset and put you in the feeling of like the animals that they're trying to represent, or the feeling that they're trying to represent. And Hoso, I think, does a great job with the shows and the stories. Last year's houses story was like the last consideration. I thought the story in Ultimate Gamble, when I walked in, like that was a good story. I was following it, and I thought there's really creepy scenes that made it up. So I just want to give a little story shout out.
Oh my god, the morgue room. When I walked in there, you can see in the video. I'm like, no, because I was convinced something was gonna move. It didn't, but oh my god, it was so fun. And that one guy, the guy in the scare and the dice up top. Oh my god, my soul left my body. My soul literally left my body because I was not expecting someone to be above my head.
Yeah,
it was so fun. But like I was saying, this next house, everyone that I know that did it raved about it. Water's Edge Wellness Center. I also saw videos of this, and it looked really cool. But nestled at the edge of a misty, foreboding central lake the Water's Edge Wellness Center once promised serenity and rejuvenation. Today it stands as a chilling reminder of the past shrouded in mystery and dark secrets. Prepare yourself for an unforgettable journey into the macabre, where the line between living and the dead is blurred, and the horrors of the past come to life. Will you escape unscathed, or will you become another lost soul within the haunted walls of the Water's Edge Wellness Center? This one looked awesome, and I'm really sad I didn't get to do it.
Oh, Bella. I
also probably would have hated it. I probably would have been unwell.
You would have been unwell. I wouldn't say it's like Insidious scary, but I could see with this one how someone who had a bad run with Insidious would say this was scarier. Because it's just very creepy and foreboding, and I loved how it tied into the event, Bella Harvey, because they're treating the patients with the siren song, and it's actually driving me more mad.
Wait, I love that.
And then you hear the siren song throughout the entire maze, just like this creepy, like and they've just got these very like the restraint in these rooms. I think is what impressed me, because they're just there to be creepy, not for the jump scares, which doesn't always work. We've had some Horror Nights houses that go for more the creep factor and not the scare factor. Like, well, what did I just wait 90 minutes for? Not so with this. The creep factor worked really well, and then when they did do jump scares, it did work really well. And I was just over the moon with it. I don't have a ton of Howl-O-Scream experience on both. I was going to say coasts, but one's central and one's in Tampa.
Both locations,
yeah. Because I only started going last year. But I think of any, house that I did, this year and last year, of Howl-O-Scream. This is easily my favorite. And it was in the spot where my favorite Hoso house was last year, which was the Dead Captain house, Dead Sea Captain.
Oh, Captain's Revenge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I thought, it wasn't, 10 out of 10 exceptional, but it really got the job done. This one it did get the job done, and it was exceptional. And this was as good as any Horror Nights house this year, which I was not saying about anything Hoso related last year.
That's awesome.
So, just with those 4 houses, I'm raving about them still. I hope they come back next year. The event, and then they just continue this growth that they did. I know they don't tie into the storyline all that much anymore, and I think it's for the better.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Dead Waters, man. This is the one that should stay for 6 years. They do that. They repeat houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Deadwater Bayou can end with a werewolf instead of Bayou voodoo witches, Dead Waters can do this.
Yeah, easily. But that brings us to our last house, Atlantis Journey Below. I also heard good things about this one. I heard it was really long. I know you didn't get to do this one either, but I heard it was really long, and it was in a really interesting spot. It was kind of on the waterfront a little bit, heading back towards Mako. So I was intrigued. But you would step into the depths of the unknown with Atlantis Journey Below. As you encounter the sunken city of Atlantis, you find a realm shrouded in mystery and dark legends. Descend into the eerie underwater world where the air grows thick with anticipation and the haunting whispers of sinister sea creatures. Dare to explore Atlantis Journey Below and experience the terror that lies beneath the waves. I liked it because they had it in that. Well, I mean, I didn't do it, but I like this because it was in that like Atlantis zone thing. What is it called? That one scare zone. Terrors of the Deep. It like I liked how it was like that.
Yeah.
How like you'd be in Terrors of the Deep and then you went into Atlantis. Like I thought it was cool that they did that. And I want them to do more. Like I'd love a Bloodlight District house. I feel like it would give that sexy vampire house though from Tampa, the Forgotten. But like I would, because I really wanted to go to Tampa to do the Forgotten because everyone always raves about that house, and I didn't get to go.
So good and so rated R. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna go, but then Milton came and hung out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's a tradition at this point. I'm sure it'll come back for one more year, at least.
I hope so.
Witch of the Woods could come back. The Forgotten can stay.
The Forgotten, yeah, they're not going to be forgotten.
No.
Well, we could go into scare zones right now since you didn't get to do that house either. So we had the front zone. It was called Seeds of the Coven, kind of based around the witch from Siren's song. It was at the opening area. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. They all pretty much walked around in circles, and there was a show moment at the opening, which I never got to see.
Bella, no.
Bella, yes, because the one time I attempted to see it, it started pouring 2 minutes before. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. But it's fine. I'll live.
Florida, why?
Literally. I thought that one was pretty cool. Did you walk through that one?
Yeah, because I did watch the show moment.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Yeah, we got there early. We got there at 6:30 or whenever time it started.
Yeah, I was there at 5 p.m.
Oh, that really sucks.
It did.
Dang. But no, the show moment's cool. The interactions with the characters are cool. Because they're a little bit more free than other places. It feels like. Just in the scale of their interaction. And even during the show moment, everyone's all lining up on one side before the what they call it, the blood ritual, the ritual sacrifice is what they called it. One scare actor came up as we're being blasted with fog, so we can't see crap, and she's like, "There's good standing room on the other side for the ritual sacrifice. You can make your way over." And she popped away like a witch muppet.
Oh my god. I would have lost my mind. I would have laughed so hard. Oh my god. Right. I love that.
But yeah, no, the theming over there is great, and then seeing the sirens at the start of the night is always fun. Before you watch them later in Siren Song, because that's a must do. I like this, and
Yeah.
then of course you got the bar, you got the Shop of Horrors, normal size,
Normal size.
normal size Shop of Horrors.
Normal size. Normal size shop of horrors.
Horrors.
Normal size shop of horrors. You know,
We need Howard Ashman back.
Yeah, we can't. We're not.
No,
We didn't do that justice.
no.
But speaking of fun, I had a good time in Paradise Palms.
Ooh,
It was like beach town and everyone's like dead and there's a ghillie suit and some guy had like a shot vac and it was just so much fun. Media night, I was talking to this character. She had a roach in her mouth, like a fake one, and she like spit it out. Like, it was so much fun. I loved it a lot. Like, it wasn't really anything to write home about, but it was just so like silly.
yeah.
And everyone has like pups, and they're like, "Welcome to paradise," and I'm like, oh, I love it here. I love it here.
Oh, that's fun.
And then Cannibal Harbor, I only walked through there maybe 3 times because the last time I did Hosto, I was in the holding zone where that was. It was fun. There's like a giant lobster trap over one of the walkways, like people holding limbs. Like, it's cute. Nothing to write home about really, but like I wasn't ever up there. So
Yeah.
the few times I saw it was the few times I saw it. And one time the chainsaws had made their way over there, so I was walking very briskly through that scare zone.
Understandable.
I was making my way downtown, walking fast. Did you go through Cannibal?
I don't think so. I think they had wrapped up by the time we got around to there. The only scare zone I got to do was the moved version of Bloodlight. Bloodlight.
I love what they did with Bloodlight this year.
Me too, girl.
I wish it kind of connected to that entrance a little bit more, so like you walked right into it.
Yeah, but they gotta sell the alcohol Jello.
The shot sirens. It was so much better in years past, than in years past. Well, I guess last year was the first year of it, but I love what they did there. They needed that space.
Yeah.
And the set was really cool. I love that fountain that they had. Oh, I never took a picture with the wings this year. Oh well. It was fun. It was really cute. I love it. Not cute. I guess you wouldn't describe sexy vampires as cute, but you know what I mean.
If you're Dracula, you know,
yeah.
I've seen the many things. That's cute.
No, I love that zone. I'm a big fan of that zone.
I mean, you know, vampires and sexy vampires. I mean, listen, we're past Twilight. We've moved on to Anne Rice, you know. I started reading Interview with the Vampire and it gets steamy right away.
We've moved on from from like cutesy little vampires to leashes and harnesses and
Vampirina, get out of here.
Count on count, gone.
Count Chocula, pack it up and go.
He can stay, actually.
Count Chocula, you're a sexy, sexy beast.
You animated drawing, you.
They're actually going to open up Sesame Street next year and make it a Count Chocula scare zone, but it's going to cross over with Bloodlight. You got him as like a master of ceremonies on the parade floats.
What about Count on Count, who lives on Sesame Street? You're going to overrule him?
No, you're just going to cohabitate.
Heard.
Yeah. It's like Count Von
They're
Count.
maximizing their Count Slay.
Yeah, yes. Exactly.
Count to the power of 2.
2. 4. What's 2 cubed?
6.
8.
Or 8. I don't know.
8.
I failed math.
16. 32.
24. And then after Bloodlight District, we have Toxic Turmoil again. Listen. I love Toxic Turmoil. I do.
Do you?
No, but like the people do. It's just like not my favorite, and it's been every year. And I always get sprayed with water like in the face, and it's like, okay, leave me alone. Leave me alone. There was one fun girl there though in the front coming from like where Siren Song was, like if you walk that way. And she was like, we were talking, and she was like, I'm telling you, don't go that way. I said, I can't read, and I ran away from her. That was really fun. She was really cool. But like, I just hope the zone isn't back next year. I'm so tired. And they're still playing that like I hear the train coming. Like, okay, please. At least it's not like you are my sunshine. I miss the camp zone. Bring the camp one back from the first year. That was so much fun. It was a lot of fun, and I loved it a lot. But they hate me. They don't. SeaWorld, I love you, and I know you love me, but it's fine.
Ooh, SeaWorld, tell me that you want to love me forever.
Take away Toxic Turmoil. And then, like I mentioned earlier, Terror to the Deep. That's been the same the last few years. The one, I never actually, like, I didn't really walk through there that much either. But the one thing I dislike about Terror to the Deep is how dark it is in that zone. Dark. And how much fog they pump in there. Like, you cannot see.
I like the scenic though.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like the ruins of Atlantis, because I had the map, but it was in my back pocket and it was raining, so I was more concerned about the umbrella. But I thought the house had just extended out into the, I guess, more queue area because I didn't get to go into the house for rain reasons. But all that was very cool because it's all tying into the ride journey to Atlantis. So yeah, saw the scenic. I hope to see it in action. We'll see.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I love this song, Carnival Pier. I need them to bring it back every year. I love Carnival Pier. I love the music in there. I'm looking at the logo right now, and the clown does indeed look like an egg, and it's really funny. I just like love it, and I know they have like the lizard man, and all I know is that he has like a slit tongue, and he like snorted a condom. I don't even know. He scares me like a lot, so I didn't go see him. He actually, like, that man terrifies me. Yeah. He was the scariest thing at that event for me, besides the chainsaws. But I love that zone. It's so fun. Yeah. All the actors in there are always having like the best time. The last time I walked through there, one of the like, I think one of the sliders or like one of the clowns like stole someone's like scooter.
Fun.
Not like ECV, like the one where you like rest your knee on. It was like running with it, and it was so funny. And like the clown music, it really adds to it.
Yeah,
it really adds to the ambient. And like there's some good scares in there. Like some guy, I did not even see him, and he like popped up right in front of my face. I was like, oh my god. But now that we are done with zones,
yes,
I think it's time. Oh, let me go over food really quickly. I didn't really. I ate a couple things at the media event, like this mac and cheese that had buffalo sauce on it, and like a bunch of stuff. This like insight, it was really good, really spicy. Tried a couple of drinks, couldn't tell you the names. Had like an inside out burger thing. It was pretty good. But what I had on the 19th, I found the crispy,
it's not working. It's too dark.
I know it. Yeah. It didn't have a bun though. It had like a bottom bun. It was weird. I don't know. But I did find my beloved crispy fried sushi from Seven Seas Food Festival at Hoso.
Ooh.
And I used, because we got tasting lanyards from the event, and I hadn't used any of it. So I got mine on there, I got my friends on there, and I got a drink and a mug.
I'm compelled when I go again on Friday to get the lanyard because I'm a sucker for mugs. You should see my apartment.
It was this one.
Oh, is it going to be worth? Oh, that's fun.
Oh, like this. It's a skull.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
But I also bought good handful of shots from the shot sirens that walk around each year. Show experience and all, you know how it be.
Mhm.
You'll definitely you need to get the crispy sushi.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the 5% surcharge, but for sushi, I
If
might
you
as
use a
well.
punch though,
True. True.
it's like really good. I could have ordered like because you get 3 pieces. I could have ordered a million of them.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
I could go
so
to town on a
good.
sushi.
I was so excited that
Cowfish
it was
fears me
that
when I walk over.
real. I haven't been to Cowfish in so long. I need to go.
You get a discount now.
I do get a
Am I allowed
discount
to say
now.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now the moment we've all been waiting for. The show. Okay, we're gonna start with Monster Stomp first because I love Monster Stomp. It's, you know, the same as it's been the last few years. Jack the Ripper, Bloody Mary, off with their heads. Heads will roll.
That's who it is.
Yeah, girl.
Ah, I didn't know.
Well, I mean, like, not technically, but like, yes.
But that's the character name.
Mary, but yeah.
Might as well be Bloody Mary. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I never drew that connection. I thought she was just like head lady of the night
There.
or something.
No, that's Mary. That's
Cool.
Mary, girl. Yeah, I love Monster Stomp. It's so good every year.
Yeah.
It's a banger, and if it doesn't return next year, I'm gonna be upset. Though I would like to see some updates.
Mm.
I would love to see it like some different songs.
Mhm.
Maybe take out Wake Me Up Inside because I'm so tired of the people laughing when that song comes on.
Mm.
We got Mary singing her heart out and they're cackling because wake me up inside. Grow up.
Yeah.
But I love Monster Stomp. It eats. It devours.
It serves.
Serves blank.
What's throwing me off here? I'm looking at the program. The program? What is this? A playbill? No.
The
I'm looking at the
playbill.
map. Monster Stomp deserves a playbill, though. Holy crap.
No, you're so right. You're so right.
Siren Song is for mature audiences. Monster Stomp is not. It's for all ages. I would not agree with that assessment. I would say they're both for mature audiences.
Yeah, I think Siren Song a little more.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there is the infamous lap dance.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the whole man-eater sequence, it's so good.
Seeing Monster Stomp, because last year I would say Hoso is worth going to solely for the shows, and you might enjoy a few mazes. This year I'm saying Hoso was so worth it this year for everything. I guess I couldn't speak much on the zones, but I mean, how bad can a zone be? I enjoyed the zones last year quite a bit. So what I did this year I enjoyed. But seeing Monster Stomp again largely unchanged for the second time really cemented for me that this I think I like it more than Nightmare Fuel as a series.
No, you're entirely correct.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It's so good.
Yeah, like I will go and like watch Nightmare Fuel a bunch of times. Part of that is by design because I can't take everything in. Monster Stomp, I can take everything in and be impressed and go just to see excellence. You know, pure.
It's the live singers.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's so good.
They do cool things like the knife people, the knife men, and the skeleton dance, and the man eater choreography, and the sets.
I eat foot breakfast and it's
and
so
the pre-show. Love the pre-show.
He's in the shadows.
Thundercrack.
God, I had to start wearing earplugs seeing Monster Stomp though, because the thunder would scare me so bad.
Yeah.
Because it's so loud.
Yeah.
But you know, there's another show at Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Did you know?
Do I know? Yeah, Siren Song. Oh, hold on, let me introduce with more thrill. Siren Song.
The greatest Halloween show in all of Central Florida.
Period.
I love Siren Song so much, as we all know. And I am very sad because I don't know what they're going to do next year because they've gone through all the sirens.
They
Hex is our final
sirens
icon
this year. Because there are
I
two
know.
siren
Why?
icons.
No, that was last year.
Oh, last year was the 2?
Yeah.
This year was the 2. That
No, this year's
explains why there's
Hex.
just one on here.
Well, yes. And that's
It
why
all makes
last year was
sense.
called Freeze or Burn. Freeze or
Freeze or
Burn.
burn.
Yeah, no, I love Siren Song with my whole heart and soul. Like I said, that is my photography Olympics. It's just like so good. We love a good in the round show, incredible choreography, great music.
Mm-hmm.
It's intense. It's so good. It's the greatest thing to ever happen to Central Florida theme park shows. It is so good. And I love shooting it. It's so like oh I'm gonna be really upset if it doesn't come back next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know I said earlier, like for the houses, departing from an overall storyline where everything's connected, I think that helped the houses in a sense. Just because these were and I'm just saying that because these are uninhibited by it, and they were good. So I don't know if that was the secret formula, but Siren Song, I love how it ties into the theme. It's tying into an environmental message that I think SeaWorld tries to promote just in the daytime, but now it's
The
in the nighttime.
SeaWorld.
And then great line, we're talking about Sinister and how HHN this year going physical pain. But over in Siren Song, it's howl and scream, howl and scream. Love that. Love that a lot. It's just such a well-written show, and I know why they've been doing it for 4 years because they've had 5 sirens. And 5 sirens have been the icons. But it's because whoever wrote that first year slaps so hard, how can you top greatness?
No, I need to give them like a nice handshake. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
From every corner of the SeaWorld. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on, that's so good.
There's 2 people whose hands I want to shake. Number 1 is the writer of Siren Song for a job well done. And number 2 is whoever chooses the music throughout the park because it goes so hard. Last year I remember doing a Shazam on the on one of the entrance songs. There's from like some Italian giallo movie from the 80s. And I'm like, I haven't seen this, so I don't think we'll have a great conversation. But no, I admired your taste so deeply, and that also continued this year, where everything musically hits so hard.
No, the music for all of like the zones, just the atmosphere of Howl-O-Scream Orlando is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. I love Howl-O-Scream, and people always talk so much crap about Howl-O-Scream Orlando specifically, but I don't care. I will ride or die for Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Maybe it's because of the shows, maybe, but
it deserves it for just the shows, honestly.
correct. It's just so good.
Yeah,
it's so well put together.
I'm definitely saying that for this year. I know I was critical last year. I'm less critical this year. I'm praising it this year. Oh man, Bella, I've never been so happy to have had hold on. I'm so happy to have my low expectations so succeeded. It's not only that, you also get to ride a couple of world-class roller coasters too, if that's your preference. You see great shows. From what I hear, the food is delicious. And
SeaWorld's food always pops off.
And you've got great houses this year. I want to say they're all great. I haven't done one. So I could say there's 4 great houses with the opportunity for the 5th one to be also great. And this kind of goes into like the last question I had for you. But like, should this come back for year 5?
Yes.
I would agree.
I love it.
I'm going to make a point if it comes back. I'm going to make a point to go next year, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
I think next year
season really knocked me out.
I think next year I said this year I was gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna get the frequent pass next year. Just cause like I love it. But that decision may be swayed if Siren Song is not there.
Yeah. Or how hard Epic Universe hits.
That part. Oh god, that video. Oh god, I know we're not talking about Epic Universe, but that video. Oh my god.
That's a sound I made inside and now I'm externalizing it. Oh my gosh, Bella.
It's just like There's no words.
None. Were those words? No. But that
I
was my
am
heart.
counting down the seconds until we all step foot into that place.
Yes. For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, they revealed the animated figures for Monsters Unchained. Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment at Universal Epic Universe opening next May. And soft opens are going to be before then. So that means we don't have 7 months. Probably have like 4.
Soft opening a new theme park is crazy. How are you gonna get in?
I don't know. I will find a way.
Are you not gonna are you not gonna need a ticket? Like, how is this gonna work?
Girl, we're gonna find out, and we will take over the
Oh yes,
universe.
Epic Universe? No, our universe.
Our universe. Yeah.
I just can't believe that. I know we've totally derailed this episode with Epic Universe, but I just can't believe we're about to witness the opening of a theme park that is unlike anything in the world in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm. This is the good
I so wish
timeline.
I was going opening day, but I'm not a Universal Pass holder anymore, so I cannot secure tickets. And I was not buying a multi-park ticket.
But no, I'm a Universal Annual Pass holder, and I did not luck out with opening day. So there's
They
that.
posted at 5 or 6 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
not getting up that early, even if I was a pass holder.
Yeah.
I was pretty shocked by the pricing, though. That wasn't too bad. That's kind of what I expected.
It's fantastic. I bought 2.
Period. I really hope I'm going to be able to go.
You should. They'll have pass or team member previews.
Oh no, I know they will. I just hope I'm going to be able to go after that.
Oh, heard. When the Wolfman's on in B mode.
Yeah. Oh god, that Wolfman one. Oh, the creature one too. Oh my god.
He'll live forever. I don't even love his movie, and I want to watch it 5 times now.
No, he was so cutesy. His head was so small. He was like, I love him. Did you notice that Dracula's tongue is L-shaped? Someone pointed it out, and I think it's hilarious, and I love it.
Bring him to the Bloodlight District. Let's go.
SeaWorld Epic Universe crossover win. No, our Epic Universe first reaction podcast is gonna be 10 hours long. So
subscribe now and fasten your seatbelts. It'll be like what we did for Galaxy's Edge opening year, which you and Kelly weren't part of, but we did a 5-part miniseries. It's gonna be a 10-part miniseries.
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be 2 2-hour episodes for each land.
Yeah.
It's
now
gonna be
we'll
nuts.
talk about the food. 90 minutes later, oh wow, they stayed on topic, and it was all about the food.
Oh wow, they're talking about the pavement.
Avatar could never.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Love you.
I mean
Love you forever. Please bring back Siren Song next year.
Bring back Monster Stomp. Bring back Dead Waters.
Mm-hmm. Bring us the Forgotten House. Please. Please, for the love of God.
God on high.
Bring me the Forgotten.
BDS and vampires.
Bring them home. Yeah.
That's what happens in that house.
If I died, let me die. No, it's just stuck in my head.
Sorry.
I ate Les Mis. With a passion.
It insists upon itself. So before we devolve into even more tangents and pop culture references, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bella, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Flynn Riders Nose. You can find me on Twitter at Workshop. No.
TP.
Yeah, Workshop TP. Oh my god, it's been so long. And then you can find me on my normal Twitter at Bella Harvey with 2 Y's. Adam, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me at AdamJ_film on Twitter. You can also follow further escapades of the podcast at patreon.com/themeparkworkshop, where that is my domain, as we mentioned before. Thank you again to our patrons. I think that's all the places you can find me, or that I want you to find me. That was a tone shift that I was not expecting for myself.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that.
Yeah. But what you can do instead of being disturbed by what just happened here is follow us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Theme Park Workshop. That's our friend, our co-host, our pal, Kelly, who runs that over there. You can follow her on Twitter at killer_Kells. And period. I think we covered it all. So yes, go do the Bureau. Go do Howl-O-Scream Orlando next year. Please come back. And all that information will be down in the description as well. And with that, we'll howl and scream. Howl
In the SeaWorld.